Okay, it is now streaming. Let me share the screen for today's agenda. Can you see my screen? Hi, Wani.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I can see your screen.
Great. Okay, let's get started. Yeah, so here's today's agenda. So first we will share some news from KubeCon, and then we will discuss the notation 1.2 stable release. Then we will also discuss the release plan for security audit. So if we have time, we will charge issues. Okay. So the first topic, last week, Shui, Feynman, and I attended the KubeCon China in Hong Kong. It was a 3-day event. On day one, I did 2 presentations. I listed the link here. Sorry for not showing this session title for this link. The first session is actually a Notary project maintenance track. I collaborated with another co-speaker. His name is Mustafa. He is actually a new Notary project user that recently shown interest in the Notary project, and we collaborate. And during the session, Mustafa shared the background why the sign container images and artifacts are important, and I talked about the Notary project overview and milestones, including our ongoing 1.2 release and also future milestones. Then together we did a demonstration. Mustafa showed how to get started with notation tool, basically following our quick start guide on the website. And I did a demo on the new feature that we are going to ship in 1.2, which is the timestamping. So this is the first session. Another session in the afternoon that day is the collaboration, talking about the collaboration with Bitnami VMware. And I also, originally we planned co-speaker Beltran from Bitnami VMware join me to present this session, but unfortunately he couldn't join. So I did the all session, and in this session I covered the background, why we need why we have this collaboration between Bitnami project and the Notary project community. And I also played a recorded video that Bertram prepared, talked about the practice that Bitnami projects utilize Notary project, and also align with the OCI 1.1 specification for storing the signatures and other artifacts. And I also did a demonstration. Basically, I I showcase that an end-to-end flow that how user can acquire images from Bitnami projects on Docker Hub and store the images in the GitHub registry. I'm simulating any OCI registries and how to build their application container images securely, and also finally deploying to the Kubernetes. Um, and on the Kubernetes, we have a policy control. I use Ratify plus Gatekeeper for that. So these are the two sessions. I think in 1 week or two, there will be a recording published by CNCF on YouTube. So if you have time, you can take a look. During the 3 days, we also host the Notary project booth. So the purpose is that users or community members, they will come to the booth talking about what a Notary project is about, and if they are familiar with the project or they are already inside images with some toolings, they ask some questions and we provided answers. Yes, so that's basically the activity that we did in the conference. Let me check whether Feynman joined. Yeah, Feynman joined. So maybe Feynman, you can talk a bit about the Alibaba notation plugin. Now, okay.
Yeah. Can you hear me? I just
Yes.
joined. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, thanks Yi for sharing the updates. I also had a session with a security engineering lead from Alibaba Cloud, which is also the biggest cloud vendor in China. Alibaba Cloud, they open sourced one notation plugin for their KMS service. And also we demonstrated how it works with notation and ratify in an end-to-end demo. I think it's a little bit similar with Yi's demo. I think the most highlight here is that they open sourced this plugin on GitHub, and they shared their interest in joining Notary project and Ratify as a contributing organization in the future. And they also integrated Ratify on their Alibaba Cloud Kubernetes service. So I think Alibaba Cloud might be a big contributor in the future. My slide deck can be shared in our Slack channel later.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Feynman. I think we, from Notary project point of view, we have another adopter for annotation, and I think in near future we will update our adopter pages on our website to list Alibaba Cloud for another notation plugin.
Yeah, correct. I think it is a good signal that we have more and more vendors and partners in the community engaged with us.
Okay, I think that's for the first topic. So if no more comments, we move to the next one. Okay, so next one is about release notation 1.2, the stable release. So we have the other release 1 week ago, right? And because we have several repositories, so I think notation core goal maybe already passed the 1 week, about 2 weeks. So I also did a check with other repository notation go and the notation. I think we are according to the time we plan 1 week for collecting bugs or any security issues. So today let's review the status and agree on the stable release. So let's first go to the core goal. Yeah, core goal, this RC1 released 2 weeks ago, so already passed the 1 week criteria. And we don't see any issues. So the Go language version was already merged, right?
Yes, I have shared the vote link in the chat channel. Could you open the issue?
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was on the release branch, right?
No, for cargo, it's the main branch.
Quaggo is the main branch. Okay. Because
Yes.
we do not need to, yeah, remove any block related. Yeah, that's true. So please, other maintainers, and Pradesh Vani, I think Pradesh is the maintainer, vote for this issue, then we can cut the notation Quaggo. Okay, then after that, we will have a notation Go, right? Let me check.
Yes, but for notation go, we have one PR from the stable release. That is to upgrade the Golang version. I will create the PR today, like this morning.
Okay.
So
Okay.
after that PR is merged, we can then we need to cherry pick the new commits from main branch to notation goes release branch. And after that, we are ready for notation go release. Yeah.
Okay. So checking the time, it said last week, the mouse over it is said August 18th. So we also meet the criteria 1 week. So I think notation Go is ready for release after notation Go. So Patrick, please send out PRs or vote issues in the Slack channel so that Pradesh or Vani can take actions.
Yeah, sure.
Let me check notation. So for notation is August 20th. By the way, can you see the pop-up tip?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. It's August 20th, so it's also I think today is the 7 days, right? The 7 days. Okay. I think overall we are ready for stable release. Any comments, questions from anyone?
For notation CLI, could you open the pull request? Pull requests, yes. We have a PR that needs to be reviewed and approved. That is the second one, upgrade Golang version to 1.23. Yeah. So Shivei left a comment. I have updated. So please reapprove.
Yeah, please, Shui, Pritesh, Junjie, take a look. Anything else, Patrick?
And similarly, I need to cherry pick the new commits from main branch to notations release branch. That's another PR. Of that PR, we are ready to release notation stable release. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. So we will do the release one by one. First, notation core go, then notation go. Notation go also had another PR for cherry pick. Then we will do notation. Yeah, as Pradesh mentioned. Yeah, please, Patrick, when the PR is ready or the voting issue is ready, please send it in the Slack. Okay. I think these are the for the release assets, and I think we also need to prepare a blog for announcing the notation 1.2 release, and also a user document for our new feature timestamping. And for that, I will work on that and with the support by Feynman. So later on, once those document PR was sent out this week, so please, Wani or Pradesh can help to review it.
Surely.
Okay, so I will also send those PRs in the Slack channel. Okay. Okay, that's the second topic. Okay, we move to the third one. The third one is related to the security audit. It was scheduled on September 20th. I believe you should already receive the meeting request from the audit team. Just to check whether you all received that meeting request. I'm not sure whether Wani received that, but I think Pradesh was involved in early stage. So Pradesh, I think you should be able to receive that meeting request, right? It's on September 20th.
Yes, I think I have the request. Let me check.
Okay.
Sep 28th. Oh, yes, I do have from for 8 a.m. PST. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. And for that security audit, our plan to include the CIL revocation checking feature, and the CIL is planned after 1.2. So according to current timeline, we have 4 weeks towards September 20th. So I'm not sure, very confident that we can cut 1.3.0 release before September 20th, but I think we should at least have a release candidate for 1.3.0 for this audit. So I would like to hear any comments on the release. So at least the minimal requirement is that we needed to have a 1.3 RC.1 for audit purpose. Yeah, if no comments, I think we all agree that a release candidate should be done before the audit. And talking about the CIL feature, we have estimated several PRs for review. I think we can start the review from now on. I think the most important one is This one I shared the link. It was already sent out, and I think Shui, Patrick already reviewed it and approved it. Pradesh, your question is, can we also do 2.0 at the same time as 1.3?
Yeah, can we do? I think probably we need to have a discussion because we were trying to point that after 1.2 release. Since we are doing the security review and everything, can we just have two releases like 2.0 and 1.3? And probably 1.0 would be last release in this series, and then following going forward, we will just do 2.0.
You
Like
mean
2.
2.0 alpha?
Yes, I mean 1.3 and 2.0. When we do 1.3, we can do 2.0 major release also.
Yes, if it's alpha release, then we're okay.
Yes. And eventually, like after 15, 20 days to do major release also, right?
For the 2.0 alpha, we still need to move to beta, right? Then release candidate, then stable
I mean,
release.
there's no major change, right? There would be only one difference between 1.3 and 2.0 would be just the pose reference API equals flipping the flag for that, right? Instead of default being false, default would be false instead of true. That would be only
Yeah,
major change.
yeah, you mean the sign, right? Using the referrals API by default.
Yeah. Do we still need like beta and RC if we just only have a flag change? Like we can directly have RC and skip alpha beta there because it's a small change, right? We don't need multiple releases.
No, not really. Because we need more features and other breaking changes in 2.0. So it's not just a simple flag change.
No, we do. I, I'm I'm thinking of exploiting 2.0 and we can have more release in 2.1. What I'm thinking is 1.3 and the delta between 1.3 and 2.0 would be just the flag difference.
Uh, at least a flag. I mean, at least a flag difference.
So if we add more feature, we are further delaying being reference API as a default implementation.
Yeah, but 2.0 we will have more breaking changes. Other than just the flag change.
Why?
Yeah, but otherwise we will have 3.0 very soon.
That should be fine. I think the thing is like, unless we say like, okay, I don't want to wait like a year for 2.0 because like asking everyone, because reference API is a new good thing and everyone wants it, and like asking everyone, okay, you will have to use this flag for this good new thing. This doesn't seems right. I agree from technical perspective, it doesn't look good because you're only making one change, but from product's perspective, there's a major behavior change there for a product.
Maybe we can also later on, I mean, in this meeting after we complete the third topic, we can triage the issues for 2.0 to see to align on the scope on 2.0.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Okay, so let's complete the third topic first. So yeah, so I think Pritesh, you can start to review the CL PRs. We have 4 weeks. So according to our experience for the release, we also take at least several days, right? Because we have several repository. Okay. I saw you some spot and the PR I listed in the agenda will the first one you can start reviewing. Okay, and after this one, we will have another one in notation core Go, and one for notation Go, and one for notation. Okay, Then we have almost 30 minutes. Let's discuss the scope for 2.0. Just a second, let me reshare my screen. So I'm not sharing, right? Currently. Okay, let me share again. Okay, then we review or triage the issues for 2.0. So let's start from specification point of view. We already, sorry.
For notation 2.0, we don't need to release major version of specification.
Yeah, for the 2.0, let me think about it. So once we change the default behavior, right? That also means the default signature manifest is different. So let me open the signature specs. So I think it is not only the flag to using referrals by default. I think for the the signature manifest currently currently we didn't introduce the artifact tab. However, artifact tab is also the recommended way by the OCI specification. And I remember we also have an issue from, I think, created by hardware maintainer talking about that we didn't support the artifact tab. And the current manifest is actually it's for backward capability for the 1.0, the spec 1.0.
So even if we do 2.0, I would like this to be backward compatible because a signature generated by 1.0 should be verifiable using 2.0. I would like to be in that state if we can be. So whatever we make changes to specification, they have to be really backward compatible. Because it would be a really bad user story to sell that the signatures generated by 1.0 cannot be verified using 2.0.
Yeah, that's true. Let me think about that. So if we switch to the referrals API, and we didn't change the signature manifest, right? So that it's true that for some registry, if they do not upgrade to the spec 1.1, so the current signature manifest works for those registry. That's true. But we still do need to support the artifact type, right? Because that is the recommended manifest for the signature.
Yep, I do agree that we should support, but it should be done in backward compatible fashion in such that notation will accept both. But yeah, from 2.0, it can be the default behavior. But when we try to verify it, we will verify the config book also.
So you mean from verification point of view? How about from the signing point of view?
So yes, the new notation might use the recommended method, which uses the artifact type.
Yeah, yes.
That should be fine. No, actually, we'll have to give a user an option. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, you can use the artifact type. Yes, I agree there.
But with artifact type, how about the OCI 1.0 registry? Will that work?
I think she is better suited to answer that question.
Pardon?
Shui, the question is, to comply with OCI 1.1
Yep.
for the current signature manifest, as I shared the screen, we are still using media type. We didn't support the artifact type, right?
Yes.
So if we follow the OCI spec using the recommended way for storing artifacts, we will use the artifact type. So in that case, will the registry only in compliance to 1.2 be able to handle this manifest?
What do you mean by 1.2 registry compared to
Sorry,
1.2?
1.0. If some registry they are still on 1.0, will they support the artifact type?
It depends. It depends. If the 1.0 registry strictly restricted the fields they have in the manifest, then they will reject the manifest. If they don't have strict registrations, then they can accept the artifact type. So it's really depends.
Okay. So it depends on the implementation by the OCI 1.0 registry, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So I think we do need to spend time on the specification to align the signature manifest that we need to use, and also considering the backward compatibility for the OCI 1.0 registry. And from verification point of view, I think no doubt we need to support both formats.
But nowadays, more and more registries are OCI 1.1 compliant, right?
Yeah, this trend has been there, and in the KubeCon we also see the trend on the OCI 1.1 specification. Yeah.
Yeah, if most of the registries are compliant with the OCI 1.1, then I think we can just update the major version of the specification to change the config to the artifact type.
Yeah. But we do need to do a verification. I'm not sure. Let me.
If really needed, we can have a compatible mode. Anyway, Pritesh, do you have any comments?
Yep, I agree. We can
Uh,
have default as artifact type, and then for backward compatibility, we can just in notation we can support config also. In specification also we can say they may support, like user may support config media type. My bad, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the specification, I think we also need to consider the 2.0.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, and we also currently have this issue. I think we need to work on the specification for it.
Yep. Can we just, oh, it's already tagged to 2.0, okay.
Sorry?
Thinking to tag it to 2.0, but it's already added to milestone 2.0.
Yeah, it's already. Um, so I think we forgot to mention that we needed to release the Notary project specification 1.1 stable release, right? So it's all also 2 weeks ago. So I think we need a vote for the stable release for the specification. Regarding this one, Patrick, do we need to have a cherry pick PRs? No, I don't think.
I don't think so. It depends on. No, I don't think so. Um, uh, uh, Unless there are new PRs that can merge into main branch between the RC1 release and now.
Okay, I don't think there are any issues. I think we will send out a vote for 1.1, then we will cut the release directly. Okay, that is the missing one for the specification. Then back to the milestone. We talk about 1.2, but we do have several for 1.2. So I'm not sure we can, maybe we will combine those together with the 2.0. Yes, I think those issues are still valid. Maybe for the third one, blob sign, we can delay it to when we start working on blob sign. For the other four, yeah. So let me just move this one to the future first.
I have a question that do we really need to have this registry scopes as 2.0 feature, or is there anything breaking there? Like for 2.0, let's pick anything which requires major version bound, not the additional features. We can have additional features in 2.1.
I think 2.0, the signature manifest, this one will be a breaking change, right?
Yes, I
Because
agree. Manifest
yeah,
would be a breaking change. Updating
uh,
references from OCR 1.0 to 1.1 would be breaking change.
uh, for this trust policy, because the trust policy ready scope, because we didn't have the spec ready yet, so I'm not sure whether we will break something.
It can always be done in support specifying. It can always be, wait. We can specify multiple registries today, right?
No, so currently it's only on the repository level.
Oh, we want to, okay.
Yeah, so we have a user request that asking for the registry level at least, because the specifying the repository list will be too much in some cases. They need to if they want to have the policy for the entire registry, they need to list all the repositories.
And this one can be done in backward compatible fashion, right? It doesn't need to have a major version bump
Yeah,
or major.
this one.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
so this is why this one currently planned for 1.2, not for 2.0. What I just say, if we want to release 2.0 in soon, I think maybe we can combine this issue into the 2.0 scope. That means we do not have 1.2. We will have the next milestone will be the 2.0 for the
okay.
specification.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, that's my point. But for this one, we do need also to have some specification work.
Yep. Yep. But like they don't need a major version change. I'm just saying like for this, we can even do a 2.1 and get it out because it's not a
1.2 and get out, right?
no. So what I'm saying is, can we just include the changes which requires breaking change in 2.0 and anything else we can get in 2.1? This way we would be able to get 2.0 faster and then
Uh,
incrementally work 2.1. Because if we start adding more features, 2.0 won't get released for next 6 months. Looking at our history, it
yeah.
usually takes time. And
I
since
Uh,
now
think
more,
it depends. Yeah, I think it depends. 6 months is not a short period, right? I think for those tiny change, but can make big impact, or it's a strong request from the community. I think that might be easier to consider it in 2.0, like the first issue. I think this is a tiny change, not a big spec change, right?
okay. For this, around 2.5 years back, we had a huge discussion. That's where we dropped it. I think there would be a discussion thread on this. If you go to discussion thread in Notary project specifications, there's a huge thread on what we want to support in the registry scopes. That's why I'm saying, like, if it's a small change, just feel free to add it. If it becomes complicated, we will have to probably drop it. Because in my opinion, getting 2.0 faster out is important, and then we can iterate over 2.1 easily on that.
yeah. So Pritesh, do you have any users or customers asking for the 2.0 specifically for the OCI specification, the
Yes, I
default
mean, we don't
behavior?
have directly asking for it, but we have users who are like who want to use 1.1 as a default behavior. So like after 1.2, we'll have to ask them to use a flag because it provides much better user experience and everything.
Mm.
So they want to use 1.2. So yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
OCI
I'm
1.2
thinking.
specification.
I'm thinking about this. How about this? So, if you're using notation 1 point something, and you have the experimental flag is set to true, then we change the default behavior. Will that work?
No, it's experimental flag. Users are skeptic usually about using experimental flags because it says we won't support it in future. It's
I
similar
think
to
Pritesh
having
may want.
a flag, right?
I think Pritesh, you want to make the reverse API as the default behavior and remove experimental flag as to make it as a stable
Okay.
feature.
Yeah, like right now, like even with after 1.2 release, I think no, wait, we have 1.2 coming up, right? Yeah, it's 1.2 coming up right now next week, right? Wait,
Yes.
are we? Yeah.
If it's fast, then it's this week.
Okay, this week. So like if it's 1.2 this week, there would already be a flag, right? Hyphen something. So I want to get rid of that flag and just have notation sign using 1.1. OCI 1.1 spec. Sorry, there are so many 1.1s and 1.2s. It's getting confusing.
Yeah,
But yeah, I want
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, so so that means yeah, from planning point of view, I mean we already have the revocation in 1.2. Yeah, revocation is 1.3. Yeah, I'm thinking that for 1.3 CRL, whether we have some spec related work. I think this is related to the last item, right? The revisited revocation related to this one. This is for the OCSP, maybe also valid for the CRL. So I think in general, we would like to have a 2.0 after 1.3, right? And the OCS specification will have the breaking change. That's the reason we want to bump up the version. Another thing is um, for the sign blob feature. I remember last time we also discussed that we may need to introduce some breaking changes, right? For the trust policy 2.0, if I remember correctly.
Trust
Okay.
policy can have in backward compatible fashion because trust policy itself has its own versioning.
Okay.
Sorry, this is the issue which I was talking about. Like here, if you go in discussions, we did talk about using wildcards in registry scopes, is using prefixes, suffixes, and everything there. So there was a decent amount of discussion there, and at the end we took a call, okay, let's not make it complicated, and let's go with this. So we'll have the similar discussion. That's what I'm saying. It looks like it doesn't look like a small feature.
Yeah, I think we will discuss the trust policy scope later because we do have a user request on this, and we also see, for example, other projects support this kind of wildcard for the policies for matching images from different sources. We can uh, we can discuss this later. Let's get back to our release planning for the 2.0. So at least the OCS specification is the one. I mean, if we are targeting 2.0 after 1.3, I agree that for the 2.0, if we want to ship it first, we only need to include the mandatory issues or PRs. So for the specification, it is the OCI specification changes, OCI 1.1 specification changes. Any other things we see for the 2.0 specification? For the blob sign, as Pritesh mentioned, it will not introduce any breaking changes for the spec, right? It will be in a backward compatibility way for the trust policy itself. Do we see any other issues? I try to avoid that because we discussed this in a very short time. I think this is the second time we are talking about the 1.0. I try to avoid that once we release 1.0, then we figure out there's another breaking change for some feature, then we need to break it soon. Then we need to have a 3.0. I don't think that is a good sign. Do we see any other issues? Um, how about this one? Related. Anyway, this one previously was included in 1.2, so I think there's no breaking change for it. Yeah, we have very old issue in this discussion milestone. Pradesh, what do you mean +1 for specification?
That was so old one. We said we should not have multiple major versions there. I agree there. Uh, that was old. That was old, not the comment right now. Should we close the old issues? Oh, I'm not. I thought we had a bot which goes and closes the old issue.
Yeah, we have a. I'm not sure we have it for the specification. Yeah, this PR was not merged yet. This will be automatically close their issues. So I
Okay.
will,
Can you please share that?
yeah, I will later on update this PR. Yeah, I will
Yeah, because we have a bunch of open issues with no activity on them, we should
share this.
use this bot to close them.
Yeah, I think I will update this PR so later Pritesh you can take a look. And for this this bot, so if you assign the issue or PR to a milestone, it will not be labeled for stale. So I think we can remove all the PR or issues from the milestone. Then the bot will handle it automatically. Where am I? This one. Okay. So we have 4 minutes left. So I think we can do it next week to together remove the old issues or PRs from the discussion or feature milestone, so that the board will handle to make it stale and close it automatically. Okay, so for specification, it is OCI 1.1 for 2.0. Then we move on to the notation. Let's check the milestone. Yeah, we have a 2.0 created, but we didn't mark any issue here yet.
We have some open for 1.1. Can you please go back to that? We have an issue which is not closed in 1.1. Milestone? The previous window you were there? Yeah, in 1.1.
1.1?
Yes, there is one issue which is open.
1.1. Okay. Okay. For this issue currently was assigned to Patrick. I think Patrick just dropped, so I will talk with Patrick about this. If it is not fixed, we can plan it for maybe 1.3, because previously we think we will have 1.1.1, right? But seems not. So we only have 2 minutes. So I think for the 2.0, the first thing is that we need to align with the scope. Just now we discussed the specification. So let's maybe offline review the issues and propose the scope for the 2.0. Then based on the scope, we will be clear about the timeline, right? So can we offline discuss with offline discussion or discussion within the team together about the scopes? Then we can align the scope next Monday for 2.0. And I think if there is no such issues on notation for the OCI specification 1.1, maybe Pritesh, you can help to create that issue. I mean, in case we didn't find that, maybe you can create an issue for the OCI 1.1 changes, the default
Okay.
behavior changes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think yeah, what we need to do is first we can start reviewing the CLL PRs for 1.3, and that is we targeting for the security audit. And in parallel, we can start with the 2.0 scopes, and we try to align it as soon as possible. Then we can plan it accordingly.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Great. Yeah, we just on time. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, folks.
Bye.
Bye.